Hi Leo, welcome to your love reading for January 2018. This is Elizabeth from ChannelledGuidance.com. So we're going to be doing a love reading for you for January, but I'm also going to be doing a reading for you for the entire year of 2018. We will get to that after we do this reading. So let's go ahead and begin. This is for confirmation, but first let's get you 9 cards from this deck. This is a love reading for the sign of Leo for January 2018. Your first card, Leo, is the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Wands, the Seven of Cups, the Six of Wands, the Four of Wands, the Queen of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Leo for January 2018. Four of Swords. Love reading for Leo, January 2018. The High Priestess. Final card. Four of Cups. Okay, so what is the most important message that the sign of Leo needs to hear for January 2018? The Three of Wands. So this is a card about the future. This is kind of telling you that the perfect opportunity for a relationship, the perfect person, this is coming to you. So we're going to come back to this card to see how it ties in with the rest of the reading. Let's start with the first row here. Okay, so the first row, you have the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Wands, and the Seven of Cups. So it's kind of interesting that you start off with 2 new beginnings and the Seven of Cups. So for some of you, there could be some type of like new opportunity, but it's like someone is not sure. You have the Seven of Cups, which does represent lack of clarity, being a little bit lost, being a little confused. So for some of you, this can be, for those who are single, this can be somebody new coming in, but you're not sure if you want to get involved with this person in the month of January. It can also be for those who are coupled, where there's opportunities for kind of patching up a relationship or a marriage. But this is kind of telling me that you're not sure whether you want to get on board here. I feel like there's something new that's being offered to you. Remember that the main energy is the Three of Wands. It's like maybe some of you are thinking, you know, is there some other opportunity that's better for me down the road? This is someone that is kind of thinking of the future and kind of just, you know, waiting for that perfect person, that perfect opportunity for a relationship. But I see that something is offered to you, something new in the month of January, but you're just a little bit confused about whether you want it. Now the Ace of Swords, this does represent, it's kind of interesting because this represents clarity, truth and clarity, and this represents confusion. And you do have the Ace of Wands in the middle. So it can also be for some that you were confused, or someone was confused about you, whether they wanted to keep the relationship going, to stay in the marriage. Because I mean, I do see that here, lack of clarity and then clarity with a new beginning in the middle. So it could be that someone wasn't sure how they felt about you. Maybe they even asked for some space, because I do see that energy. We'll get to that later on in the reading. But I feel like someone could have been confused and they didn't know, but now they know. Like somebody finally knows how they feel about you, or you know how you feel about someone, and there is some type of new beginning, new life for you here. With the Ace of Wands, this is just like, let's forget everything that happened. Let's just forget everything we said, and let's just start over. So I do see that energy as well. There's a strong message of new beginnings in your love life. And you know, I'm seeing these cards, now that I've said that, I feel like where there was confusion, where someone maybe didn't know if they wanted to be in a relationship or a marriage, whether it's you or your partner, I feel like somebody finally knows. Somebody finally knows what they want. Somebody finally knows if they want to stay married. Somebody finally knows if they want a relationship with you, or if they want to stay in a relationship with you. Now, down here, you have the Six of Wands, the Four of Wands, and the Queen of Swords. So you have someone here who is an air sign. This would be Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. So this person comes with really positive energy because you do have the Six of Wands. So this is victory. So it's like you're overcoming any obstacles that you had with this air sign. So the obstacle was that they didn't know how they felt about you, because I mean, I do see that up here. They didn't know if they wanted to stay in a relationship with you. This is a victory for you. You're getting what you want. For some of you, it could be that what you wanted was more commitment from the person, because you have the Four of Wands, which is a marriage card. Also a card of the home, so it could be that what you wanted was a live-in relationship. You're getting that. I mean, the Six of Wands is like a celebration. You finally getting what you want after a long struggle. And seeing the top row, I feel like the struggle may have been that someone was confused about you. Someone wasn't sure, wasn't quite clear how they felt about you or where they wanted their relationship to go. But there is positive energy around an air sign in your life, or someone in that energy. It could even be you if you have a moon or a rising sign in that element. There's a possible long-term relationship for those who are single. It could be that you're meeting an air sign in the month of January that is marriage material. This relationship will be a success, but like I said, this can even be someone that you're already dating right now. There is, you know, a sense of stability with the Four of Wands. It's not just a relationship or a marriage. It is a sense of stability. Like, you know that this relationship is solid and that nobody's going anywhere. And I feel like you're finally getting this after a time of struggling, of really kind of making this happen. Maybe even kind of waiting, the main energy of waiting, you know, for that to actually happen. Maybe you've been waiting for someone to come around, for someone to figure out how they feel about you. Okay, so down here, interesting that you have the Four of Swords and the Four of Cups with the High Priestess in the middle. So I feel like this is part of what we see on the top row, because here the Four of Swords tells me that either somebody asked for some space, has kind of like maybe distanced themselves from you for, you know, for some reason. They've moved out. This is the energy of retreating. Someone is either very unhappy that this happened, or they were feeling unfulfilled. You have the Four of Cups, which is, you know, a sad energy. Not a miserable energy, but someone just feels like something's missing and just kind of bored. And then, you know, I see someone like taking a step back from you here. Whether they just, you know, you're not seeing them as often, or they've moved out, or they're just distant, or they literally have told you that they need to put the relationship on hold. You're being told here that you need to use your intuition when it comes to this relationship. And I feel like for some of you, this could be a separate message. We're going to get some more confirmation from 2 decks. But I feel like for some of you, there is the need to use your intuition where someone has put you on hold, or in a relationship where you feel like something is missing. I mean, keep in mind that this is a general reading. Thousands of people watch it, so it's hard to pin it down to one thing. But I feel like someone is unhappy here with the Four of Cups. Someone is feeling like, I deserve better. And that definitely ties in with this message, the Three of Wands. You know, like, this is looking towards the future and thinking, can I do better? Is there anything else for me? Someone's unfulfilled. And again, it could be that someone has taken a step back from you, or that you feel like you need to move in a different direction. Your intuition is accurate. Whether your intuition is telling you that you need to take a step back from someone, or your intuition is accurate about what is happening in a relationship. Okay, so let's get some more confirmation from the same deck. See what comes up for you. What other messages are there for the sign of Leo for January 2018? You have the Eight of Pentacles, the Fool, and the Ten of Cups. I'll just put it here so you can see it. So Eight of Pentacles, the Fool, and the Ten of Cups. So the message here is that you have, you know, some type of really happy energy here at the Ten of Cups. This is your happily ever after. This is what you have been looking for. This is what you have been waiting for. You know, you have another new beginning. So you have 2 up here, Ace of Swords, Ace of Wands, and now you have the Fool. A new beginning in the form of a major arcana. So this is something very significant for you. But this tells me that in order for you to get this happily ever after, which is also a marriage card, a card of marriage and children, in order for you to have that happily ever after with your partner or with your ideal partner, there's a lot of work to do. I feel like this could be, you know, for some of you, figuring things out or letting your partner figure things out, working through your issues. There's a new beginning for your relationship, your love life, or your marriage. But this does mean that you're going to have to take some type of risk to be happy. And it could be taking a risk on someone that wasn't sure about you, or taking a risk on someone that moved out, or someone that asked for some space, or someone that told you that they didn't know and they needed time to figure things out. That's usually things that people don't want to hear. So I feel like for some of you, you're taking a risk on someone here because your heart and your intuition are telling you. That's the energy of the Fool. And ironically, you have the High Priestess. This is your intuition. So your intuition is telling you whether this person is your happily ever after or not, or whether they are your life partner. I feel like there could be a lot of work and kind of getting into this new beginning, but it's here for you. Whether it's a new person for those who are single, or it's your existing partner. I see happiness around you, new beginnings, but I do see a message of someone down here, someone possibly taking a step back from you. It could even be you, someone feeling a little bit unhappy, unfulfilled in a relationship. It's definitely a message of somebody needing to figure things out. Okay, so let's get some confirmation from the second deck. Let's see if any cards repeat themselves. What other messages are there for the sign of Leo for January 2018? You have Death, Queen of Cups, and the Four of Wands. So you do have a repeating card, because ironically that is this card. So they're here side by side. Okay, and what's the most important message from this deck that Leo needs to hear for January 2017? Oops, almost pulled out two cards here, but you have, okay, that's synchronistic. You have the Queen of Swords, and you also have the Queen of Swords right here, an air sign. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is very significant for Leo in January. So for those who are single, this is a huge sign for you that a Gemini can turn out to be your life partner, someone that brings you a lot of happiness. I mean, you also have both cards that I pulled, actually no. What I'm trying to say here is that you have two confirmation cards, like really strong confirmation cards. You have an air sign being repeated, and you have the Four of Wands being repeated here. So it's like, you know, for those who are single, an air sign could, you know, bring happiness. This can be your life partner, but marriage is also being emphasized. For some of you, it could be that it's time to move in that direction with your partner. And it could be that that is what this is all about up here, that someone was not clear whether they wanted that or if they were ready for that. But let's take a look at these three cards before we move on. So you have the Death card, the Queen of Cups, and the Four of Wands. So the Death card, this is telling you that in January, this is a time of transformation in your love life. This is not a time of keeping everything the same. This is not the time of, you know, to hold on to the past. This is a time to let go of what has been standing in your way, standing in the way of your happiness, of your relationship, of your marriage. Because, I mean, your marriage is right here. Or it's a relationship moving towards marriage and commitment. You do have a water sign here, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. So, you know, another court card when you already have, you know, a strong energy of an air sign. For singles, this could be a confirmation that a water sign or an air sign is, you know, a very likely partner for you in January. Or this can either be you, if you have a moon or rising sign in that element, or it could be your partner. But there is someone here that, you know, that brings a lot of happiness to you, that can be your life partner. I do get the feeling for some of you, and I'm not sure if this is for singles, it can even be for those who are already coupled, that there is a water sign that can kind of offer you a completely different relationship. It could even mean that you're changing partners, but I do get that feeling, and I don't feel like it's just for singles. I feel like a water sign could be the answer to what, you know, to your prayers, to what you have been waiting for, with the main energy being the Three of Wands. It could be they could be the answer to your prayers. They can be your happily ever after. The Ten of Cups. So for those of you where you feel like there's a lot of issues in a relationship, I've had a lot of reading requests where people are asking if should they move on from a relationship because they've been waiting for 10, 15 years. Or some of you, there can be someone else, someone who's a water sign or maybe even an air sign that actually can offer you marriage. Remember, this is a repeating card for you in this reading. The Four of Wands 2 times from 2 different decks, highly significant. It's a time of commitment and marriage in January. And if you're single, again, this can be that you're finally tying the knot, you're finally getting married. If you're already married, it's time to make your relationship, your marriage, much more stable, much more solid, to where you don't have worries anymore, you don't have fears, you don't have these type of concerns, you know, where someone is lost and confused and they don't know if they want to continue in the relationship, in the marriage. It's not clear to you whether the person still wants to stay married to you, you know, and you have people telling you to give you space, to give them space to figure things out. Like I said, that's usually things that people don't like to hear. But I feel like, you know, it's time to move away from all this with the Death card being here. This is a huge transformation in your love life. It's also a time, let me just go back to this card. It's also a time to start looking towards the future, to just start thinking about your future with your partner. And I also feel like for some of you, it's just time to start putting yourself first and thinking, what do you want? Like, forget what your partner wants. What do you want for the future? Are you ready for marriage and commitment? Because, I mean, you have the Four of Wands here 2 times from 2 different decks. Are you ready for marriage and commitment? And is your partner ready, for those who are not yet married? This is a time to put yourself first. So, like I said, this is, you know, new beginnings. This is all new beginnings here. Death is an ending and new beginning with the Ace of Swords, new beginning with the Ace of Wands, new beginning with the Fool right here. All new energy. And I feel like you're moving away from possibly people that are not committing to you, that don't know what they want, people that are just maybe unhappy, unfulfilled in a relationship. It's time to move away from all of this. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to your reading for 2018. And I'm going to be doing this reading a little different because this is it's not a reading for just 1 month. It's a reading for the entire year. So it has to be done in a different way, but this will give you some insight into what kind of energies are around you for 2018. And if you want to know what decks I'm using, make sure you go to my website, channelguidance.com. Check the updates page, because I always have people always asking me what decks I'm using. Everything is listed on there. Okay, so this card jumped for you, and you are the only sign. You can go back and check the other videos. You're the only sign that had a jumping card for 2018, and you have the Tower. So I'm gonna put this card back in the deck, but I just wanted to show it to you. This is, you know, a card of rebuilding, of restructuring your love life, and this can be, you know, something very unexpected changing in your relationships. For those who are single, it could be that you very unexpectedly meet someone and things happen really quickly. This is, you know, it's a very sudden change in your love life. It can be positive, but it can also be challenging if you feel like a relationship was just not working anymore. It could be that you just decide to kind of demolish that tower to rebuild something new with someone else. So I'm going to put it back in the deck, and let's pull some cards for you. This is a love reading for the sign of Leo for the year of 2018. Knight of Swords. Love reading for the sign of Leo for the year of 2018. 3 of Wands, because you did have this in January as well. The 4 of Cups, you had that in January as well. Love reading for the sign of Leo for January 2018. Queen of Coins. 5 of Swords. The Moon. The Empress. Love reading for the sign of Leo for the year of 2018. 6 of Wands. I think you also had this card in January. And the 2 of Coins. What's the most important message that the sign of Leo needs to hear for January, sorry, not January, for the year of 2018? Okay, let's go up here. King of Coins, which is interesting because you have the Queen of Coins. So an earth sign, someone who's an earth sign, you've had a lot of people in your readings. Is this someone who's a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn? I even feel like for some of you this can be someone from the past is the first thing that comes up, but it can also be your significant other. It can even be you if you have a moon or rising sign in that energy. I forgot to mention before I start the reading for today, only if you're watching this reading the day that I posted it there, the 30-minute reading is $45 instead of $65 just for today, Wednesday the 6th. Okay, so let's take a look at what you have going on here. Like I said, I'm going to do this a little bit different than the way I do the monthlies because this is for the whole year. This is not just for 1 month. So we're just going to kind of pick up on the energies from each card and then just kind of look for repeating energies. So you have the Knight of Swords as the first card. So the Knight of Swords, this tells me that, you know, the year of 2018, this can be a really kind of unpredictable time. And ironically, you had the Tower jump for you. You're the only sign that had a jumping card when I was properly shuffling. So I feel like there can be a lot of very unexpected changes. I feel like you might surprise people by either the people that you're meeting, people that you're getting involved with. For those who are already coupled, there can be a lot of unexpected changes in your relationship. But I feel like some of this can be positive. Like you're surprised that someone proposes to you. You're surprised that someone confesses that, you know, they have deeper feelings for you than you thought. I feel like for most of you, the Knight of Swords is positive, like positive, unpredictable energy, like things changing very quickly, possibly relationships moving to the next level very quickly. The Knights all represent change and movement, and this Knight is very kind of fast moving energy. So I do feel like for some of you, relationships that begin in 2018 kind of move to the next level very quickly. You also have the Three of Wands. So again, you had this card for January. This is a card of looking towards the future, waiting for the right opportunity. For some of you, I feel like you're meeting lots of people in 2018, but I feel like you want to get it just right with this energy. This can even be, you know, with your significant other, those who are already coupled. This just means that you don't want to settle for the way things are. You want things to be better. You want to wait for the perfect opportunity, either to start a family, to get married, maybe to tell the person how you feel. The Three of Wands is just kind of waiting for that perfect timing. But I mean, it is an energy of waiting. So for some of you, you could be waiting. You may have been waiting throughout 2017 for, you know, a marriage proposal or for a declaration of love. When this card comes up, you get what you have been waiting for. So I feel like for some of you, you have been waiting and you're finally seeing what you have been waiting for. The Four of Cups. I feel like, you know, the Four of Cups, this does, you know, this is an energy of feeling unfulfilled and unhappy, but I feel like this is coming up for those where you're in a relationship where you don't belong anymore, in a relationship that is not fulfilling, in a marriage that is not fulfilling to you, where you just kind of feel, again, you know, I brought this up in your January reading, you know, could there possibly be anyone else for me? I feel like this could be for those where, you know, there is someone else. I've had a lot of reading requests where people are in a, you know, kind of a love triangle. You're tired of something with the Four of Cups. You're tired and you're bored. And I feel like this is kind of telling you that you deserve better. That it's, you know, it could be time for you to look elsewhere for happiness. Now, down here, interesting, you know, King of Coins, Queen of Coins. So for some, you know, an earth sign is very significant. If this is your partner, if they are an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, this is, you know, a strong message that this person is still going to be in your life in 2018, that your relationship is solid. I feel like there's very positive energy when these two cards show up together, whether it's a King and Queen of Coins, of Swords, of Cups. These are two people that belong together. Now, there is some kind of weird energy right here, Five of Swords and the Moon. This is something that could be challenging. The Five of Swords, I mean, all the fives are challenging, but this five means that you got to be careful in 2018. I feel like for some of you, got to be careful with the people that you're meeting, especially for singles. You want to make sure that they are who they say they are, that their stories actually, you know, as far as when you meet them, their stories are actually true. I don't know. I get this strange feeling with the Five of Swords. It is one of those red flag energy cards where it can be there can be sabotage, there can be deceit, but you know, this is also an energy of make the right decision or else. This can be that you make a decision maybe to move away from a partner and then you regret it and then you're trying to get that person back. This is just telling you to be careful. Also, you know, be careful what you wish for, because the Five of Swords is that empty victory card. You get what you want and then you wish you had never tried to pursue that person. So I feel like be careful when it comes to, you know, pursuing a person that maybe you're not sure how you feel about them. Make sure that, you know, you really, really want that, because with this card here, you get what you want and then change your mind. The Moon. I feel like for some, you know, the year of 2018 can be very confusing. It can be very confusing. I mean, based on your January reading, for some of you, it could be that it's confusing because you don't know how you feel about your partner anymore. It could be that you don't know how you feel about your marriage. You don't know what's coming. I mean, this is a very confusing energy, but it's also, you know, a message of clarity. You don't really know everything yet. So for some of you, especially with the same energy here, for some of you, there could be something that you don't know about your partner. It doesn't have to be negative, like they're cheating on you or anything like that, but there could be things that they're thinking about they have not shared with you, because someone is unfulfilled here, someone is unhappy. There could be something that is revealed to you with the Moon. Your partner shares something that you didn't know. And this can even be positive, because I did feel that with the Knight of Swords. It could be that someone is telling you how they feel about you, that, you know, they never shared. Now down here, you have the Empress, the Six of Wands, and the Two of Coins. So there's a lot of happiness with the Empress. This is a lot of love around you, but this also is the energy of someone like adoring you. This is a very indulgent card where you have everything you ever wanted and more. And that is in your energy for the year of 2018. You can literally have it all with the Empress. You can have the ideal partner, the perfect partner, your dream partner, happiness, success, abundance, money, career, all of that. Everything is in your energy for the year of 2018. You also have victory. For those who have been struggling in their love life, 2018 is the time to make things right. If you're making the right decisions, if you're careful, if you know everything you need to know. There's still the energy of going back and forth here with the Two of Coins. This can be a time where you need to make decisions. And I feel because you have the Five of Swords, for some of you, you could be making very important decisions about relationships or marriage. You want to make sure that if you are making decisions, that this is exactly what you want. Because you have the Five of Swords, which could turn out to be a decision that you regret. But for some of you, this can be, you know, other people in your life. The Two of Coins can represent you kind of juggling two people. And you have had quite a few court cards in your reading. So I feel like this mostly applies to those who are single. There could be a lot of new people coming into your life, but even for those who are couple, there can be other choices, and it could be that you got to be careful when making that decision. So I feel like 2018 will be a very enlightening time for you with the Moon here. This can be a time where a lot of things come to light, like you didn't know certain things about your partner. They're sharing things with you. This is a time where, you know, if someone is unhappy, they're going to come out and tell you they're unhappy. You know, but I see some type of strong connection here. Two people that belong together. They don't have to be an earth sign. These are just two people that belong together that are very similar. And again, you know, with the Empress down here, this is a time where you can literally have everything that you wanted. Whether, you know, not just marriage, but also happiness, career, financial abundance. Everything is here for 2018. Okay, Leo, this has been your love reading for January 2018 and for the year of 2018. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will speak to you again next month.